on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So today I thought I would kind of go over some of the things that I dislike about my 2011 Audi S4. There's a few things that after the 2 years or year and a half that I've owned the car that I've kind of been able to trace down and that I'm just like not totally satisfied with, and some things that need improvement. So let's start off this list with the exhaust. So from factory, the exhaust is absolutely quiet unless you're like on full throttle. And to fix that, I installed AWE's Touring exhaust, and I also have JHM's test pipes. So that really helped with the sound of the engine, and it gives it a good, nice exhaust note. But some downsides to that is that the exhaust does not have a perfect fitment with my diffuser. That's most likely due to my taste. I picked the 102mm tips, which you can see here. They don't exactly fit the B8, which is the 2010-2012 that well. With the stock diffuser, they didn't really fit at all. They were constantly rubbing, and which forced me to basically buy an aftermarket diffuser, which I got the ECS Tuning carbon diffuser, and it helped a lot, but it did cause still some issues here. It's kind of hard to tell because the exhaust tips are so black, but they do rub. The outer one fits very nice, doesn't really make any sort of contact with anything, but the inner one, as you can see kind of like right here, it does rub a little bit, and that's not when it's sitting or when it's idling. That's mostly when it's on throttle, cruising around town, or any launches, and it does the same thing on the other side. So that, like I said, is most likely due to the fact that I have the 102mm tips. That can probably be resolved with the 90mm tips, which I've been told they don't like swap out just because of the design of the exhaust. But I'll have to look into that more, but that's definitely number one because it messes with my show of the car and does kind of like it looks. So the next thing that I can go over, which I'm sure every S4 owner out there notices, is the gas mileage. Around town, I probably get about 13 to 15 miles to the gallon, and I live in a smaller town, so the speed limits are about 35 miles an hour maximum. So the constant stop and go with the traffic and stuff causes this car to have terrible gas mileage. And with the tuning of the car, being stage 2 dual pulley, it is running a lot more performance. So I probably get about, I would say like 20 to 22 on the freeway if I'm staying off of it. Obviously those numbers range. I probably get like, if I'm having fun, I probably get like 8 in town and probably like 18 on the freeway. So it's not the best for a sedan. Being that it's a V6 supercharged, I kind of expected that, but it would be nice to have maybe like another 5 on both sides of the range from city to highway. And the third thing would probably be that the interior of this car, it's very well designed, but for the 2 years that they made the B8 platform and then switched to the B8.5, they really updated some of the key features that makes this car more sporty and better well designed, kind of like a sports car that you're actually spending a good amount for. So kind of to elaborate on that, the steering wheel is kind of boring. They did like this red stitching around, which is nice, and they put an S4 badge here, and that's about it. I mean, it's basically like an A4 steering wheel. It's got a nice thick grip, but it's not a flat bottom design like they did in the 2013 and newer. And the airbag is kind of an awkward shape. It's got this like weird rectangular pentagon type. I don't know. It's weird. That's why a lot of people with this year tend to upgrade to the 2013 steering wheel. And to go with that, the shift knob. So I have a DSG. So this is mostly just for the automatics. I believe that the manuals did have like an awkwardly tall shift knob, and then a lot of people like reduce that and then put a heavier weight on there. But for this one, this kind of just looks like a Toyota Corolla. I'm gonna be honest. The shift knob did get redesigned in 13 as well, and they put a nice ball shift knob with an S-tronic emblem here, which I think that they could have done something a little bit better for our years, and that is kind of the main difference in the interior. As you can see from this point of view, I mean, this is all well designed. The gauges are nice. This display is nice. Everything on the interior is really well designed, as well as, you know, my P3 gauge. I love that thing. But yeah, I think that these two things could be improved. However, the aftermarket industry did kind of help with this. There's a lot of custom steering wheels out there. You can upgrade to the 13 steering wheel, as well as the shift knob. You can upgrade the shift knob to an aftermarket one, or you can put the 13 one on there. So there's options out there, but I do think that Audi should have improved this from factory. All right, so the next thing on our list, number 4, is gonna be the MMI system. So from factory, which I can't really be upset about, from 2010 to 2012 on the Audi S4, they had the 3G MMI. No, maybe it's the 2G MMI, which at that time, they never integrated anything for an external audio source, such as like an iPhone or like a Samsung whatever phone. So anything like that, there's no auxiliary plug-in, there's no USB plug-in, which I can understand. But they didn't allow for technology to advance by including like a Bluetooth connection, which they definitely had at the time, into the S4. So what I had to do in replacement, let's see if I can get it out here. They included, please don't judge my dirty glove box with napkins and a fake Uber sticker. Let's see if you can see that. Right there, there's the plug-in. So this connects to the MMI system. You can hook up an iPod, iPhone, anything you need, but it doesn't work well. So let's see if I can start this thing up. So if you go into these sources, there's a jukebox, which is your CD player. There is an SD card, which you can plug in SDs here. I think that's for audio, for music. You can like upload a bunch of songs, which is a pain in the ass. That's old style stuff. The next option is that's CD. I don't know. These two are confusing me. That's Taylor Swift's album. It's fire. Anyway, and then this right here, that's the AMI. That is where you connect your devices. So my iPhone should pop up there when I have my external audio source thing plugged in, but it doesn't work that well for the new operating systems. So what I had to do was I had to buy this here. It's a great device. It's called Tune to Air. Let's see if we can like adjust. Where are we at? Not really. Anyway, this just nicely plugs in there, and it's a Bluetooth device that you can connect your phone to. But it's not the best thing out there. It takes a while to connect. Sometimes it doesn't work. And oddly enough, that speaker doesn't play any audio. All the other ones work, my sub works, but that speaker just doesn't play anything through it. So that is definitely something that kind of sucks. Again, there is the option to upgrade to the 13 MMI system and all that, but it's like $2,000. So it would have been nice for them to include like updates in the system to allow us to use our phones through Bluetooth, which the 13 and ups do. I haven't noticed anything other than this device here in the aftermarket industry that allows us to play music through our phones a lot better than this. So for now, this is all I have. What's to complain? I mean, I could listen to the good exhaust, which isn't terrible, but sometimes I like music for long drives. And look who just showed up. The G. The baby GTR in Alex's video. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Alright, so let's go over the last thing. But first, I want to see what Steven thinks, or what his kind of opinions are on the car, and what his least favorite thing is on here. Tell me what you hate about my car, please.
That it brakes a lot, that's it.
It doesn't brake a lot. I mean, other than the license plate, it doesn't brake a lot, I swear.
I mean, honestly, like, I don't know. Like, I can't think of it on the spot.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you hate about it?
I don't know.
Is it ugly?
I mean, the taillights.
Don't. Okay, the taillights are kind of ugly. That's true. Again, Audi fucked up. excuse my language, but Audi did give me a lot of the shitty, like, taillights, headlights, interior stuff, like I mentioned in the last one. The headlights are sick, they're like the R8.
Yeah.
That's it? Just the taillights?
Yeah. Overall.
Okay. So that's Steven's number 5. That's your number 2?
That was like 3. I don't have 2.
You have 5 things?
No, I don't have 5.
Oh, okay. But you like on the list?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I was just saying like 5 things.
No, I was just.
I wasn't going in order from, maybe I should have done that. Anyway, so my 5th thing that I was thinking of is the aftermarket industry. For aesthetics, like, you know, your trunk lip, diffuser, there's a lot of cool carbon things out there, but one thing that bugs me is the engine performance. This car is fast when it's tuned, stage 2, dual pulley, all that stuff. It is fast. There's not a lot of things out here. I can't go, you know, forged rods, pistons. I can't get upgraded cams for the intake and exhaust. So that's where the limiting factor is. After doing all these bolt-ons, there's nothing past that. We're trying to pioneer our way through it and kind of make this car get into the 10s, but right now there's only a few guys out there doing it. So that's gonna be number 5 on the list. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Overall, I love my car, and I definitely would recommend it to anyone who wants something fun that has 4 doors and is fast. So thanks again for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.